Hi, this is Lindsay, one of the co-hosts of Beauties and Headcanons. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Do you need some extra motivation in your life? Are you looking to be inspired? If so, then look no further than the Good God Company.
At the Good God Company, their mission is to create and clothe all loving humans with their unique, inspiring, and beautifully designed t-shirts.
All of the products from the Good God Company are equally designed to motivate you and improve your life. From their mugs, workout tanks, to eye-appealing shirts and sweatshirts.
Learn more about their renowned products by visiting thegoodgodcompany.com. That's thegoodgodcompany.com.
The Good God Company is proud to support Public House Media. The Good God Company. I'm feeling good.
This is Daniel Poppy, host of How to Write Good here on Public House Media. I just want to thank you for listening to the following broadcast brought to you by Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope that you'll come check out my show, How to Write Good, the writing show that is not about writing. A new show of How to Write Good comes out every Wednesday, so don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of How to Write Good. Again, thanks for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Good morning. How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. That is a quote by Ann Dillard, and one that has been sitting on my desk here for a little while. And it really got me thinking lately. How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. Doesn't that just make sense? But, when you really are maybe unhappy with how your days are going, or if you're not really sure on where you want your life to be going, and you know that what you're doing every day isn't necessarily getting you there, but you're unsure of how to make it to the next level, well, today, here on Choose to Rise, we're going to be talking about how to do a life audit and figuring out all the things that you need to do in order to reach your actual goals that you have in life and achieve the things that you want to do. I also have this set of Gabby Bernstein Universe Has Your Back cards, and this one came up in the deck today, and it's super good. It says, "The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me." So, what are the things that you love to do? What are the things that you want to achieve in life? What are the things that make you happiest? When you can connect with love, you get a clear direction. When you can have a mission and a goal and have clear ideas of where you want to head, it's a lot easier to get there. I heard a quote the other day too about in order to unless you know exactly where you're going, you're going to end up someplace else, right? You have to have some goals. You have to have a mission statement. You have to be able to get places. So first and foremost, we're going to be talking today about how to do a life audit today. We're going to be talking about how to reach your goals, how to evaluate where you are in life and what you need to do differently. But I first want to say thank you to the Good God Company for being a sponsor today and just allowing us to be able to spread the mission and the hope and the joy of helping people rise up out of their current situation and live their best life. And I also want to give a major shout out to Podbean for being a host for us today as well. I'm so honored and blessed to be able to be part of their network as well. And you can find Choose to Rise. You can tell your friends about Choose to Rise, and they can find us on Podbean and Spreaker and iTunes and everywhere else that has a podcasting network. But super pumped that Podbean has joined forces, and we'll be able to help more people learn more about being a positive connection to themselves and to the rest of the world. All right, let's get rolling here. How to do a life audit. We're going to be talking about a couple different things. This might be something that you really want to get a pen and paper for, that you want to be able to write down questions or maybe come back to this podcast and hit pause and really evaluate how you're doing on these and answer the questions as well for yourself, and really evaluate life, especially if it's something that's really looking forward to doing a life audit. I know a lot of people that I really work with on a daily basis They often tell me they don't have time to do what I do. They don't have time to take care of themselves. They don't have time to take care of their family. They don't have time to eat well. They don't have time to move more. They don't have time to do things. And we often look at their time that they're spending in their day, because we're all given the same amount of time, right? We're all given the same 24/7, 365. And so it's just a matter of how you're using your time and what your priorities are. And it's really interesting for a lot of people to kind of do an audit of their life, do a time audit of their day, and really see where they're spending the time and where they're maybe wasting some time in their day, where they could use their time more effectively. So hopefully this podcast, this little lesson for you, will be able to help you identify where some things are that you can change up in your day, where you can change it up in your life and actually reach the goals that you want to achieve. So I'm kind of in 3 sections. There's going to be like a mission section, there's going to be a question section, and then there's going to be, like a let's gut check it kind of questions, right? The focus of things. So thanks for jumping on, Lisa. I'm so glad you're with me. All right, mission. The quality advice that I can give you would be, is maybe or maybe not helpful, but you have to have a personal mission statement. You have to know what you're here for. In church this last weekend, our pastor was talking about, there's 2 questions, like, who am I and what am I doing here? If you can answer those 2 questions, who am I and what am I doing here, this whole life audit thing is going to be a lot easier for you. All right, so what is your why? What is your vision for your life? What do you want to achieve? What is your personal mission statement? It's going to be kind of hard for you to do a clear life audit, be super specific and particular if you don't have that written down. So maybe the first thing you do is get out a blank piece of paper and just write out some goals of your life. What is it that you want to achieve? What is it that you want to be known for? We've talked about before on podcasts that living the dash. Like, what do you want the people to remember of that dash line on your headstone between birth and death date? Like, what is life going to look like for you? What do you want to achieve? A personal mission statement will help you articulate your values, your beliefs, determine your personal definition of success. We talked about that earlier in the week. And share your talent with the world. And so, think about what is it that you want to achieve in life. So I would start there. Get a blank piece of paper and just write out some goals that you have, some things that you want to achieve in this life. And then let's come down to some questions. And so once you kind of have that kind of laid out of what do you want to achieve, what is that you want your life to be about, what you want to be known for, your legacy that you want to leave. Now we kind of brain dump on our paper, what's currently on our plate. What is it? Making a master list of everything in your life that's taking up time. So consider your full-time job. Maybe you have a part-time job, maybe you're a mom, maybe you're a wife, maybe you have other relationships that you are tending to, like a caregiver for a spouse or something else, your community involvement, your social media, and whatever else you spend your time on. And this might be really this is kind of the point where I work with different clients on doing a time audit of their day. Where are they spending their time? Are they getting home from work and sitting on social media for 30 minutes or watching junk TV for an hour and a half? Like, what is it that you're doing in your day? Kind of do a complete time audit of what it is that it takes up your day, takes up your week, takes up your month. Okay. So just write down everything that is currently on your plate, making a master list of everything that takes up your time throughout your day and throughout your life. Then, after you've completed that task, compare this list to your mission statement and identify the points of congruence between the two. Analyze the incongruence between them and maybe see if you can identify some of the things that are maybe not helping you get to your goal. And maybe those are things that you eliminate from them. So spend some time, going through and maybe sorting them out. I did this activity with some kids a couple years ago, and we actually went through and we cut the list apart into like little strips of paper. And then they sorted them into goal achieving and non-goal achieving tasks. So that might be something that you do if you're kind of that tactile learner, and really identify where things go in the 2 lists. Or maybe you just make a T-chart on your paper and resort the things that are that you wrote above. Anyway, you can do it, and you just identifying what is working for you and what's not working for you, and then start to eliminate some of the things that aren't working for you. Maybe some of the things that you need to eliminate are people. Maybe some of the things that you need to eliminate are, things that maybe are letting other people down if you stop doing them. But if they're not working for you and in your goals and how you're going to achieve life, we talked about on Sunday that, there are things that God's given us each of us a personal mission statement, and he's given each of us a plan and a purpose on this earth. And if we are always living somebody else's life, if we're always trying to do something for somebody else, we get burnt out in the process and we don't get to achieve the great things that God's put inside of us. So maybe saying no to something else and maybe make somebody else disappointed, maybe let somebody down, but really it's about you and God. Those are the two people that you need to focus on the most, your God and yourself. So analyzing this list, figuring out what is good for you and what is not good for you, and then, sticking to the things that are only good for you and seeing how that is going to help. Okay. And then start asking yourself these kinds of questions. And this is maybe where you want to pause and write the questions down, or, come back to this podcast a couple different times and see how you are answering these questions. So ask yourself these kinds of questions. How is this helpful to achieve my mission? Looking at the things that are on your list. Do I enjoy it? What am I gaining by having this on my plate? Could I achieve the same benefits in another way? Is this using up other resources that could be useful in helping me accomplish my why? For example, do you need extra money to fund the beginning stages of this side hustle that helps you accomplish your mission? Are you finding it hard to find time to sit down and write your book because you're giving 3 hours of your week to somebody else for whatever? Could you be doing something with your side hustle instead of volunteering at the local whatever? Or could you be, instead of running baseball practice, could you be working, a couple more hours in your business? Be specific about what it is. Are you finding it hard to find time to find the time for your things that you really want to achieve in your life? But think about where you're at in other areas. Could your plate be less full and get more fulfillment out of the things in your larger mission? Probably. Other questions. If I weren't already involved with this, would I have signed up for it again now? If the answer is no, then it probably is something that you can cross off your list because it's not something that you're wanting to do in the long term. Is this helpful? Is this helping me fulfill the basic needs of life? For instance, like my workouts are kind of extensive, like but they help me be healthy along the way. So if your health is critically important, then you should invest in things that are going to help you with your health. If it's something that is, like this 30 minutes of junk TV, if that's not helping you get to a better place in your life, probably something you can cut out. So you can also research less expensive options for things that are happening in your day. You can find other things to achieve the same goal. Maybe double dip in some areas where you can do great things and still be spending time with the people that you need to be spending time with. Like meal prepping, for example, in our household. It's a necessity in our life that we have meal prepped food and have things ready to go. The last couple of days we've had pretty much nothing in our fridge and it's not gone well in our world. But I don't want to take time away from my kids. I want to take time away from my family. So involving them in that process, having them help me plan the meal so they're wanting to eat them, having them help me prep the food so that they're in the learning and they're being a part of the whole thing as well. So then now we really come down to the point where if you're answered those questions, keeping your mission statement in mind. What are the things that you want to achieve in your life? What are the goals that you just set for yourself? And remembering how we spend our days or how we spend our life. So what are the things that are in your day that are helping you achieve your goals? What are the things that are left on your list, right? And now restart to organize them. Using the stoplight method, if you need guidance. So like red is stop. These things are things that should say no to at this time. Like you just don't have time in order to do it. You can't accomplish those things. Yellow is slow down. You can still be involved, but maybe tone it back a little bit, right? This is a commitment that you can redesign, something that you can, maybe take a hiatus on for a little bit and then know that you'll come back to it eventually. And green means go. This is a mission congruent and life must have. These are things that you know that you want to be achieving and doing because they're going to help you achieve your overall goal and focus in life. Okay, now the last thing on the list is to focus. So let's take a look at what's left on your list. Let's take a look at the things that are of highest priority for you. And then maybe this new list seems super manageable. Maybe this new list seems like a lot of fun. And I hope it is, because these should be the things that you enjoy doing. These are the things that should be helping you achieve the mission in life that you want to achieve. And these are the things that should help you be successful at your definition of success, not somebody else's. And so if you've got this new shortened list of all of those kinds of things, you have successfully done a life audit. You you have, now you can just wash, rinse, repeat. Do this every couple of weeks. Maybe do this every month. Look at the things or for times that you're starting to feel stressed out. Maybe that's the time that you should do a life audit. Really start to focus in on the things in your life that are good for you and good for your mission and good for your family. And those are the things that you're going to be able to do more of, and schedule some more me time in, and finding time that you can really just conduct this life audit, that you can spend some time focusing on you and your God and the mission that He's put inside of you. Those are the days, those are the times that you're going to be able to really focus in and find that personal definition of success and really live your best life. Those are the times that you can choose to rise up out of your current situation where you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed and unhealthy and not really loving life so much, and rise up out of that and live your best life where you're feeling healthy and amazed and grateful and all of the great things, doing things that you love, right? So thanks so much for joining me this morning, and I hope that you are able to take something from today, that you got a nugget out of today that's going to help you live your best life, that's going to help you rise up to be your best, that it's going to help you achieve your personal definition of success, and it's going to help you just live life better and more full and appreciated, and all of those good things that come with that. So thanks again for joining me here on Choose to Rise. I hope that you come back to Public House Media again on Friday, where I'll be live here again sharing some amazing content. Hopefully that helps you live your life better. And you can always find us on the podcast version, on Podbean, on Spreaker, iTunes, and anywhere else that you can get a great podcast. I hope that you come back. I hope you share this message with somebody else. Also had to Choose to Rise on iTunes and give us a rating. That would definitely help more people hear and see this, see and hear this mission and world. And also be awesome if you would share this on your own social media. So just take a screenshot of it and tag me in it. I'd love to give shout outs to anyone who does that. Let's do great things today. It is a Wednesday here in Iowa, and it's going to be a great day for you and for me. And thanks so much for joining us today. I'll see you on Friday.